But this world we live in today, everyone wants to be recognized. They want to see how many likes or how many views their videos are getting. You know, in our industry, it's extremely small. You got this. For us, we push social media really hard. So we have our face out there all the time. For your installers, for your team, how do you manage that success? They want to be famous. They want to be the next Jim Miller. They want to be traveling the country to do all of these cool things they see on the internet. What is a good suggestion on how you can manage those expectations for the future?
That's something we struggle with a lot. So with our employees, we control social media output, and a lot of, I want them to be the next Jim Miller, to tell you the truth. I want them to learn and take off. I want them to be the next Justin Pate or whatever. I want them to be huge, you know, and some of them are not going to be working with us anymore, but, you know, that's the hard part is, you know, letting go of people. But as far as controlling social media and letting them take off, I mean, we're trying to run everything through our company. So if they do post and it has to be through Miller decals, but that's a tough question. It's hard to control that. I mean,
maybe it's because my wife is Dutch, but years ago, and I mean, she was in television and stuff like that. So I kind of, you know, fame is a weird thing. I've never even thought about it. I don't know. I've never bought a like. I don't even know how to buy a like. I have my followers and my followers just because it happened. And my wife is always just saying it can go away just like that. I mean, fame. I mean, likes don't get you money. Likes don't get you friends. You know, and it's interesting. It is part of the game today. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's people in this industry who get a lot of likes and they don't make a lot of money. They don't run a good business, or they're not ethical. You know what I'm saying? So for me, all that kind of stuff. You know, if you have a lot of time to comment on Facebook, you're probably not making a lot of money because. You know what I'm saying? Because you're probably not working. So it's one of those things where, I mean, I don't go on social media very much, for me personally, so I don't have a lot of, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, this whole social media thing. But yeah, I would say, I don't know, it's not something to be attached to. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the people who are, I've actually found the shops that are the most successful, you don't even know that they exist. It's interesting.
I'm going to jump on that real quick, if you don't mind. That was a good question. And I believe that that's an opportunity right there for, like Adam was talking about, the handbook. So I believe that you need to add to the handbook and have some type of consequences, because I do a lot of work for customers, their confidential work. And I bring people to work, and I got to be on top of them and tell them, look, you can take as many pictures as you want, but you need to respect my customers, respect us, and we need to keep it confidential. When you start growing up and you lose control of that, it could be devastating. So at that point, I will highly suggest to add it to the handbook and take the step and precautions.
Can I just add in too, Charlie? You know, any type of individual who's trying to better themselves rather than the whole organization, is you've kind of got bad blood there to begin with. I think what these guys have said, I've never conceptualized before, as far as a handbook and making sure that you really monitor what's being put out, and that it is being put out by the standard company that did it, not everybody in and around it. But I think that's a warning sign kind of early on. There are many people that have worked for me and gone on to be very successful in the industry, and that's great. But I implore them to do that on their own at the time that they leave the company. Then you can make yourself as marketable, or market yourself as much as possible. But under a company, the whole idea to make the company work is to work together as a team. And if there's any one person, even the head, that's got to be more famous than anybody else, then there's always going to be a demise there. There's always going to be an issue. So, you know, I work side by side with every one of my guys. I don't need to be the face of anything. I would prefer everybody around me be the face, the entire company be the face of what we produce and what we put out there.